Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back. Okay, so now this is the second part of Headway Pre-Intermediate Unit 6. Okay, so present perfect or past simple? Okay, let's listen and complete some other lines from the interview with Frida. Okay, come on, let's listen it.
6.7 Frieda Hoffman, Part 2 1.
Do you go back to Germany much?
No, I don't. I've been back a few times to visit relatives, but I've never lived there again. I feel more English than German now, and I've forgotten a lot of my German.
2.
What did you study at university?
I studied ancient history at Cambridge.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yes. I had a wonderful time. The course was amazing, and Cambridge is a great place to live.
3.
Have you ever had any other jobs, apart from being an archaeologist?
Yes, I have. I've done all sorts of jobs. I even worked as a waitress when I was at university.
Really? What was that like?
I loved it. I was a tour guide too in the holidays. I met some really interesting people.
4.
You said you've often been in danger. What's the most dangerous situation you've ever been in?
Well, I had a very difficult time in Cairo during the revolution in 2011. I spent 2 weeks inside my friend's house. It was too dangerous to go out. Of course, I'm fortunate. I can leave a country when things get really dangerous. It was the local people I felt sorry for.
Okay, so please complete this exercise and tell me which verbs are in the past simple and which one are in the present perfect. Okay, everybody? Now, let's listen it again. And what extra information did you hear? Okay, let's listen it one more time.
6.7 Frieda Hoffman, Part 2 1.
Do you go back to Germany much?
No, I don't. I've been back a few times to visit relatives, but I've never lived there again. I feel more English than German now, and I've forgotten a lot of my German.
2.
What did you study at university?
I studied ancient history at Cambridge.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yes. I had a wonderful time. The course was amazing, and Cambridge is a great place to live.
3.
Have you ever had any other jobs, apart from being an archaeologist?
Yes, I have. I've done all sorts of jobs. I even worked as a waitress when I was at university.
Really? What was that like?
I loved it. I was a tour guide too in the holidays. I met some really interesting people.
4.
You said you've often been in danger. What's the most dangerous situation you've ever been in?
Well, I had a very difficult time in Cairo during the revolution in 2011. I spent 2 weeks inside my friend's house. It was too dangerous to go out. Of course, I'm fortunate. I can leave a country when things get really dangerous. It was the local people I felt sorry for.
Okay, so what extra information did you hear, everybody? So please write it in your notebook and take a picture of your extra information and send it to me. Okay, and remember, do not continue to the next activity until you finish this one. Okay, so now let's continue. 3. Use the prompts to ask and answer more questions about Frida. For example, has she ever worked in a restaurant? Yes, she has. When did she do that? When she was at university. Okay, so please use these prompts to make some questions and answer them, please. After that, send them to me. Okay? And let's continue. Number 4, talking about you. Okay. So, everybody, please write these questions also in your notebook and answer them, okay? And after that, send them to me. For example, have you ever been to America? Right. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Okay. Yes, everybody. So, please build all these questions A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay, so write them, answer them, and take a picture. Send it to your WhatsApp group. Okay? And remember, do not go to the next activity until you finish this one. Okay, so now vocabulary and pronunciation, word endings, and word stress. What are the endings of the words in italics? For example, Frida Hoffman is an archaeologist, a writer, and a historian. Okay, so use these endings to make jobs from words in the box. For example, artist, accountant, inventor, etc. Okay, so make this list in your notebook. Let's listen to all the professions. After that, write your list and send it to your WhatsApp group. Okay?
6.8. Word endings for jobs.
Artist, accountant, inventor, photographer, economist, electrician, actor, musician, farmer, politician, interpreter, assistant, builder, translator, receptionist.
Okay, so write this list of jobs in your notebook. Send it to your WhatsApp group. Now, word endings show what part of speech a word is. Okay, look at the ending in the box and complete the chart. Okay, nouns, endings in shun, meant, ness, idly, cyan, and ins. Okay, adjective, full, y, al, os, and I've. Okay, let's listen and check. Please record a video in this part of yourself repeating, okay? Repeating each pair. Example, reservation, reserve. Okay? Come on.
6.9. Word endings.
Reservation. Reserve.
Explanation. Explain.
Behavior. Behave.
Invitation. Invite.
Decision. Decide.
Student. Study.
Collection. Collect.
Argument. Argue.
Discussion. Discuss.
Fame. Famous.
Difference. Different.
Expense. Expensive.
Danger. Dangerous.
Success. Successful.
Music. Musical.
Kindness. Kind.
Possibility. Possible.
Health. Healthy.
Okay, so in this part, everybody, I want you to record a short video of yourself repeating these nouns and verbs 3 times in English, 1 in Spanish. For example, reservation, 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 reservación. Reserve, reserve, reserve. Reservar. Okay? So just like that, please record that video and send it to your group. Let's continue. Now, on the activity number 4, listen to some sentences with words from the chart. Say the same thing with the word in the other form, then listen, compare, and repeat. Okay, I collect postcards. I have a collection of postcards. Okay, listen and repeat. I want you to record another video of yourself, but now with this activity, okay? Listen and repeat. Okay?
6.11. Word stress. 2-syllable nouns and adjectives. Nouns.
Danger. Kindness. Critic. Artist. Difference.
Adjectives. Healthy. Friendly. Famous. Different. 2-syllable verbs.
Invite. Explain. Discuss. Employ. Decide. Compete.
Nouns ending in shun and jeune.
Invitation. Explanation. Competition. Ambition. Decision.
Okay, so now, please, the nouns like this. Danger, 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 peligro. Okay? Or adjectives. Healthy, 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 salud. Okay? O saludable. Sorry, saludable. Healthy, 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 saludable. Okay? So come on, record another video with these nouns and adjectives. And remember, if you have any doubt, question, or comment, you can contact me or you can contact Teacher Maritza. Okay, so now let's go to the next page. But remember, if you're not finished with this page, do not continue to the next one. Okay, now on the page 64, reading and speaking. The not so distant past. Okay, there is a saying that history repeats itself. What does this mean? Can you think of any examples? Okay, write them in your notebook and show them to me. Okay? Now, let's continue to the number 2. Read and listen to breaking news. Answer the questions. Okay, so let's put the audio.
6.12 Breaking News. The West has sent more soldiers to Iraq. Enemy fighters there have captured and executed the leader of the Western Army. More refugees have tried to enter the country after the government announced that no more will be allowed in. One leader has already built a wall to try and keep foreigners out. There have been more protests against high government taxes. Protesters say that ordinary people are paying too much tax because the rich have found ways to avoid paying theirs.
Okay, so now please answer to these 2 questions. Number 1, what are the new bulletins about? When did you last hear about these problems? Who were the people involved? And the number 2, does your country have any of these problems? Okay, write them and answer them. After that, we can continue to the number 3. Read the same old problems and the Romans in Britain. Okay. What is often surprising about ancient history? Answer the questions. Okay. Question number 1. What was modern Iraq called 2,000 years ago? Question 2. Where got refugees trying to get into the Roman Empire? Which Roman emperor built a wall to try and keep the foreigners out? Okay. Question number 4. Why were taxes so high in ancient Rome? How did rich people avoid them? Number 5. Why do so many things in modern Britain come from the ancient Romans? Okay. So now, after you answered all those questions, let's continue to the point number 4. Okay. The Romans in Britain. Okay. Read the rest of the text. What God have the Romans done for us? And correct the false statements. Okay, so here we have 7 statements. Correct the false ones. Okay, and after that, let's continue to the number 5. Okay, the rest of this text is on the next page, right here. Okay, so please read all this. Okay. After you read all that, you can correct these statements. And on the activity number 5, match these words from the text with their definitions. Take capture, okay, and select the correct definition. To execute, and select the definition. To announce, select the definition. To avoid, Select the definition. Invade, to invade. Select your definition. Taxes, select your definition. A reminder, select your definition. To rule, select the definition. Mindseed, select the definition. Siwish, okay, select the definition. Remember, do not continue to the next page until you finish this one, okay? So after you finish all this, what do you think? Please answer these questions in your notebook. Okay, so why don't we learn from mistakes of history? Why? Explain me, please. What could we do to help us stop repeating history's problem, guys? Tell me, what could you do? What periods of history would you like to see repeated? Explain me why. Okay, so now let's talk about your project for this unit. Okay, so what has your country taken from other cultures in the past? Research some examples and prepare your video with this information, okay? Okay, so you can write it, you can practice it, and after that, record your video for this unit. Okay. Now, let's continue to the page 66. Okay, listening and speaking. Family history. Is researching your family history popular in your country? What do you know about the lives of your grandparents and your great-grandparents? Okay, what do you know about that? Tell me. Okay, on the point number 2, listen to David Taylor Buse. He comes from England, but now he lives in Perth, Australia. David has become interested in his family's history and he is researching it. Okay, so let's listen.
6.13 David Taylor Buse.
I come from Newcastle in England, but I live in Perth, Australia now. I've been here nearly 10 years. My wife, Jodie, is Australian, and our children, Russell and Alice, were born here. Alice is named after her great-grandmother. That's my grandmother, Alice Buse. She's 89 now and still lives in Newcastle, and she's in great shape for her age. Now, there's a programme on TV called Who Do You Think You Are?, where famous people find out all about their family histories, going right back. I love it, and it's made me want to know more about my own family history. You can do a lot of research online, but even better, I've started finding out more from my grandmother, and she loves talking about it all. I knew that she was one of 9 children, which is amazing, but I didn't know she was the youngest, and the only one born in England. Her brothers and sisters were all born in Scotland, and that's where we all come from originally, from the Orkney Islands, which are in the very north of Scotland. My great-grandfather was a farmer there over 100 years ago. And I love this. My grandmother told me that our family's ancestors were actually Norwegian. They came over to Scotland in the 9th century. She says that's why we all have blonde hair in our family. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, It became more and more difficult for my great-grandparents to make a living there as farmers. So they travelled south and finally arrived in the north of England in Newcastle with their 8 children. Alice was born not long after they arrived.
Okay, so now after you listened to this audio, please answer these 8 questions in your notebook. Okay? Remember, do not continue to the next activity until you finish this one. Okay, now activity 3. Listen to David talking to his grandmother on Skype about his family history. Okay, and after that, let's answer the questions. Okay, come on.
6.14 Talking to Grandma.
So, Grandma, your parents came from the Orkney Islands. Is that right?
Yes. My mother was called Jane. She grew up there and she got married when she was only 17.
And you were her 9th child, weren't you?
Yes, and I was the only one born in England. Life was really hard for my mother. You see, my father died when I was only 3.
Oh, I didn't know you were that young when it happened. That's awful.
Well, it means I can't really remember him at all.
So, what did your mother do?
She worked as a cleaner and a dressmaker.
Wow, her life wasn't easy then, was it? She had 2 jobs and all those children. That's...
Oh, yes, she was an amazing lady. My 2 eldest brothers, Peter and William, they got work in the shipyards, so that helped a lot. Oh, it's not easy being the youngest. All my brothers and sisters have died now. I'm the only one left.
I know. So, did you marry young, Grandma?
No, I didn't marry till I was 22.
But that's young. Really young.
Oh, that wasn't unusual in those days. And I only had 3 children.
Only? 2's enough work for us. And you've got lots of grandchildren and great-grandchildren, haven't you?
Yes, I have. They live all over the world. It's not just you that's going to live abroad.
I know. I have cousins in New Zealand and America. But Cousin Peter still lives near you, doesn't he?
Oh, yes, he does. And he's helped me to keep in touch with you all with this Skype thing.
It's great, isn't it?
Oh, yes, I love it. I can talk to all my grandchildren, and I've seen all my great-grandchildren as soon as they were born. And I get emails and texts all the time. It's all really wonderful, isn't it?
It is, Grandma. Anyway, it's been great talking to you. I've got more questions, but I'll save them till next time.
OK. You will stay in touch, won't you?
Of course I will, Grandma. Bye for now.
Okay, so after you finish listening this audio, please answer to these questions. Okay? For example, she got married when she was only 17. Who is she? Okay? So come on, answer to all those questions. And after that, okay, record a video of yourself telling me in your own words the story of David's family, okay? You can use maps like this to help. Okay, for example, David's ancestors came over Scotland from where? Okay. David's great grandfather was who was? Okay, come on. And after that, answer to these questions in your notebook. What are people interested in their family history? How far back can you go in your family history? Would you like to know more? Why or why not? How could you find out more about your family? Come on. Write these questions on your notebook and then send them to your WhatsApp group. Okay. Now let's go to the page 67. Okay, so read and listen. Okay, everyday English. Agree with me. Read and listen to these sentences. Does the intonation go up or down at the end? Okay, listen and repeat.
6.15 Question tags.
Skype is great, isn't it?
You come from Scotland, don't you?
Life wasn't easy then, was it?
You've lived here for years, haven't you?
So please listen and repeat. After that, let's go to the grammar spot, question tags. The words in bold above are question tags. They aren't really question. They mean want you to agree with me. Okay, so let's see. Question tags. Okay. So please read this information of question tags. 6.3. We have 1, 2, and a note. Okay, after you read this, let's go back. Okay, now read these conversations. Look at the words in bold. How are the question tags formed? Okay, listen and note intonation and practice them. Okay, come on.
6.16 Question tags. 1.
The weather is lovely today, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Beautiful.
And we all love days like this, don't we?
We certainly do.
2.
Mummy, our new cat isn't very big, is she?
No, she isn't. She's just a kitten.
But she will grow bigger, won't she?
Yes, of course she will. She'll be as big as our old cat soon.
3.
We had such a good holiday, didn't we?
Yes, we did. I really enjoyed it.
And it wasn't too expensive, was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't expensive at all.
4.
The baby looks just like her mum, doesn't she?
She does. Same blue eyes, same nose.
But she has got her dad's blonde hair, hasn't she?
Yes, she's very fair.
Okay, so after you listened, practice these conversations, please. Okay. Now, on the activity number 3, complete the sentences with a question tag. Okay, Dominic party was brilliant. Okay. So, please answer this. Complete it. Now, on the number 4, we need to say more than just yes or no in reply to question tags. Match these replies with the sentences in 3, okay? Right here on the number 3. After that, let's listen and check.
6.17 Replying to tags. 1.
Dominic's party was brilliant, wasn't it? Yes, it was. I had a great time on the dance floor.
2,
Karen knows a lot about gardens, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. She's helped me a lot with mine.
3,
You went to school with my brother, didn't you?
Yes, I did. We've been good friends ever since.
4,
Learning a language isn't easy, is it?
No, it isn't. It takes time and lots of practice.
5,
My English has improved a lot, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. You sound much more natural now.
6,
You won't forget to call me, will you?
No, of course not. I'll call as soon as I get home.
Okay, so please match them to the number 3. And finally, to finish this page, okay, look at the page 156 and choose 2 of the conversations. Okay, so let's go to page 156. Okay, and add some question tags and say more in the replies after them, okay? Come on, page 156. Okay, so these are the conversations. Okay, so choose 2, please. Come on, and add some question tags. Okay, so write them in your notebook, and when you finish, please send them to the group. Remember, do not continue to the next page until you finish this. Okay, and finally, writing a biography, ordering paragraphs. What do you know about Princess Diana and Prince Harry's charity work? What do you know about this, everybody? Tell me. Read the 7 paragraphs about Diana. Work, okay, work on this and put them in the correct order, okay? What helped you to decide the order? Number 3, how many of Diana's charitable activities did you learn about from this text? What were they? Come on. So let's read and put this in the correct order, please. After that, let's go to the number 4 and read the notes about Prince Harry. What are the similarities with Diana's life? Come on, write them in your notebook. What similarities can you find? Number 5. Use the notes to write Harry's biography in 5 paragraphs. Decide which notes go in each paragraph. Okay, everybody. And when we finish this, we finish this unit. Okay? So, thank you very much. That will be it for today's video. See you next time. Goodbye.